Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here we successfully complete our edit and the update portions, right? So right now I want to display all that our employee details with one of the PDF format. I think you already remembered that part because we did the same things for our student registration, right? So here there is a delete button. So right now I don't want to use the delete button. I want to change that name. Here I want to use one of the details. So that is in our employee view page. Now go to our right now we don't need this edit page. I remove it. That is student edit, employee add. We don't need this employee view. Okay, so in the employee view, that is our one of the delete button. I want to change it. I make it as a details. Okay, make it as a details, and also that is our one of the suite alert as an ID delete. So right now we don't need this. I remove it. So first of all we have to add that our route will be here. I name it, I change it as employee registration and then detail. Okay, I name it as a details, and after that also we have to make it as a details with a specific this ID. So that will be our route. Now go to our web route. Into the web route, that is our that will be as one of the get method. I copy it and I paste it, right? And then in our employee view here I choose it. So that will be as a employee registration details. I copy it, so that will be as a employee registration and the details, and then the registration employee and then details with the ID. Okay, and in our employee registration controller I want to create one of the method as a employee details. So this type of one of the method I want to create. So now let's create this method in our employee registration controller. Now go to our employee registration controller. After that update, here I want to create it. So that will be as a public, and then function, and then our method. So that will be our method. Perfect. And also we have to pass this ID because they have also one of the IDs. So now I want to add this ID. Okay, so I want to get all the data from our user table. So I take one of the variable as a data, and with the data I name that variable as a details. I always use the same name, then actually it's help you a lot of the things. With this user table I want to get this find data, a specific one row data, right? So that will be our this requested ID. So I make it as a ID. Perfect. And then our PDF. So for the PDF I have also did the same things in our student registration. You have to use it as a PDF, and then there are also another PDF command. You can see that is actually the same. I copied. So I have already did the same things in our student registration controller. As I told you, it's pretty much same thing. So I copied from here. So right now in our employee controller, after that I paste it. Okay, after that I paste it. So that will be as a PDF. So PDF load view into the backend. I have also created another folder. We have to create it. That is our employee, right? So employee folder. So into the employee folder I have created another folder as a employee register folder, and in the employee register folder I want to create one of the page as a employee underscore details dot underscore PDF. Okay, so this type of one of the page I want to create, and here I get this specific one row data, take the things with this variable, that is our data array, and here I pass it, right? So into the load view here I pass it. So now we can actually display all the data in our employee details PDF page. I think you already know about it. So now I copy it, and now in our employee folder, into the employee registration folder I want to create one of the new page. Now click as a save as, and now I name it as a employee details dot underscore PDF dot blade dot PHP. That will be our PDF page, right? So perfect. And then there is a set, everything will be same. That is actually our command, and that is how I have used that PDF, and also make that sure you use it PDF. You can see I have also used that PDF. So perfect. So that is actually our details. I think it's very much clear to you. So we have to use that PDF. So that will be actually same. You know, in student registration I have also created that PDF format. You can see that is the student details PDF. So here I want to select everything. Okay, I select everything, and now in our employee details here I paste it. And also I updated one of the image, right? So here I didn't update it, so maybe I updated that portion in our registration fee. If you go there, yes, you can see I have updated that TD. So now I also want to update that TD, because here I have loaded one of the image, right? That means our company logo image. I copy it into the registration fee. I have also updated into the monthly fee. Maybe I have also updated. Yeah, I updated everywhere. So now into the student student registration, I also want to update this part. So here I just change that TD. So now that should be obviously updated. And in our employees details, in the employee details here, I also want to update that TD. I paste it. Okay, so now I just click the save all. Perfect. So make that sure you updated it, then you should actually look at it before I have used that one of the text, right? So now that is the image, one of the image will be visible. So that will be our employee details. And also from here I pass that our variable data as a detail. So now with these details we can actually visible all that our name. So better I want to do and to put one of the also here and then the p tag, which I have also done maybe into the monthly fee. If you go, you can see this type of one of the tag I also want to take. I copy it. So that will be as a I name it as an employee registration page. Okay, I name it as an employee registration page, and then that will be the image, and then that is our serial number. That is an employee, not that is student. I make it as an employee details, and that will be as the employee date. Okay, perfect. So now here we have to update it all that our field. So first of all, that will be I make it as a employee name. Okay, employee name. So with these details that will be right now we don't need to create any relationship, because of all I directly get all that our specific one ID data from to the user table, right? I get that data and take the things with this variable. So here we don't need to create any relationship. So here we don't need this. So better I want to access it directly. I want to access it directly our name, right? So that will be our name. Perfect. And then I want to use that as a employee ID number. Employee ID number will be same with these details. I want to use directly as a ID number field, right? That is our ID underscore number. Maybe to check it, now go to the user table. Yeah, that is actually ID underscore number, right? I copy it. That will be the ID number. Perfect. And then I want to display our another one as a student role, father name, mother name. So here we don't need that student role. I remove it. That will be the employee ID, father name, mother name. That means the employee father name, mother name, and then employee mobile number, right? So father name, mother name, everything will be, I want to access it directly. We don't need to use any relation. I want to update it, that part. That will be as a address. Okay, so here ID number, the father name, mother name field. Father name, mother name field is a F name, and then the mother name will be as a M name, and then that is our mobile number as a mobile. That is appropriate our database field name actually, because with this user I have already get that specific one row data, and then there is an address. So that will be as a address. Perfect. And then the gender, the religion, that will be just like that same. I make it as a gender, religion, date of birth. So that will be as a date of birth, right? So for the gender, our field name as a gender, I copy it. That will be as a gender, and then the religion, with the religion will be as a religion, and that is our religion field name. That is our religion field name, and the date of birth as a DOB. So that is our date of birth. I copy it. That will be as a date of birth. And also after that I want to visible the joining date and visible the designation. So designation ID is a little bit different. Here we have to create one of the relationship, right? Because here we have to create the relationship with our designation table. Also there have the another table as a designation, right? We have to create that designation table, and then from here we have to actually get this data. All right, so I think you already know. Okay, so here TOB, and after that into the user. So into the user table, better I want to do into the user model, I want to create one of the relationship. So now go to that user model, into the user model. After this, okay, after this I put one of the condition as a public, and then function, and then I want to create one of the method as a designation. This type of one of the method I want to create. So with this method that will be as a return with this that will be return this, that will be as a belongs to, right? That will be as a belongs to with our which table? It will be belongs to with our designation table. So for the designation I have also created one of the model. So for the designation I have created that model. As you can see, that is actually our designation model. So better I copy it. First of all, I want to support this designation here. I support it. That is our designation model. So now with this designation model I want to actually create that relation. So into the designation class, and in the designation class our field name in our user table, into the user table our field name as a designation ID, right? So this designation ID will be matched with our this designation table, this ID, right friend? So that is the simple relationship. So that is our designation ID. That means in our user table there is a designation ID will be matched with our designation table ID. That's it. Okay, so here that's it, that's all we have to do. So now I get this method. So with this method now we can actually able to access our designation table and name field. So now I copy it, and now in our employee details, into the discount table. So with these details I want to use that designation. Into the designation area I want to use that name. Okay, perfect. So right now we don't need that any percentage. And then I want to visible the joining date. Okay, make it as a join date. So join date will be with our if you go, so that is our join date, right? So join date actually that is a date format, and DOB also one of the date format, but I want to pass it is a date format. If you want to display as a month wise or format, you can actually manage it. So right now I want to do for the join date, that is our details. Okay, so right now here we don't need this, but I want to update that part for the DOB first. So into the DOB area I want to add that date format, that is a custom date format as a date. So I make it as a date, and into the date area I want to pass it our date format. I want to display, first of all it will be displayed as a date, and then it will be displayed as a month, and then it will be displayed as a year. Okay, so if you want to start it with the year, you have to add that as a year, month, and the date. So right now that is our date format. I simply updated that part, and then the same as a start to time. Okay, with this start to time area I want to pass this condition. That means with these details our DOB here I pass it. Okay friends, so that's all you have to do. Okay, so now for the date format also I want to take it for the joining date. Better I paste it. So with this date format I want to visible, first of all there is a date, and then month, and then the year, then start to time, and into the with these details I want to access our join date. So I copy it, so I make it as a join date. Okay, perfect. And then another field as a salary. Okay, you can also display the salary, that means the employee salary. Better after this I make it as a employee salary. So employee salary will be with the details. With these details I want to display our field name as a salary field name. Okay friend, so right now that's all I think enough for me. So right now we don't need this two of this tier, so I remove it. So I simply display the salary. So now I want to update it that our serial number, that will be the 1 2 3, that will be the 3. For the father name 4, mother names 5 4 5 6. For the mobile number 7, for the address 8, for the gender 9, for the religion 10, for the date of birth, and here I change that date format as per appropriate our format as a date, and then month and year. And 11 is for the discount. There is a discount, that is not the discount, we don't need this and discount, that will be as a designation, right? Designation or employee designation, you can say employee designation. That will be as the employee designation, and with these details I have created that relation into the user table. I have created on the function as a designation. It should be belongs to our designation table, and then I get this data. Perfect. And then our joining date, also the date format, our joining date, and then our employee salary will be as a salary. Perfect. So now let's check this out. If you now click on the save all, and now go, right now I'm actually, as I told you, they have some of the issues. So now you can see it's now updated as a detail. So now I want to check it in our another browser. So open it, and now here I click on the logging. So now that is our employee management, and I go to that employee registration. In the employee registration, like there is a Hassan33, right? So now I click as a details. Yes, you can see everything is great. So that is our logo is visible, and there is an employee registration page is visible, employee name is visible, employee ID, that is a unique one of the generate ID is visible, that is a father name, mother name, mobile number, address is also visible, gender is visible, religion is visible. You can see also I have created one of the relationship with our designation table, and now you can see visible that name, and also there is our date format as a first of all date and month and the year, right? And then the salary. Everything is great, but here actually loading into the same page, but I want to use one of the target. Okay, that means here into the view area, if you go to that employee view, I want to put one of the target as a blank. Okay, target underscore blank, so that will be better. Now I just click as a save all, and now if you go there, now click as a refresh. So now there is our another user as a test user. Open it. Yeah, you can see now it's actually redirected to another new tab with this our target. Perfect. Everything is great, right friend? I hope you enjoyed very much. So here we successfully complete our employee details. That means employee registration part we successfully complete, right? I think every part is very much clear to you. So now in our next video I want to discuss about that employee salary. Okay, so the salary is very much important, one of the part. So how you can manage this salary for the employee. In our next video I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.